Hello everyone and welcome back to another 2024 year-end empty video. Today we're talking hand and nail care empties, including all the nail polish and top and base coat that I used up throughout the year. Starting with the Be Pure Lavender Cuticle Oil Pen. I love these little click style pens with the brush tip, really nice, and they have a lavender one as well as a mango one. I do prefer the mango one, but they are both really nice. I did only go through one of these this year. I tried the NCLA So Rich Nail Cuticle Oil Treatment Oil. This one is like a vitamin E infused cuticle oil, and this was in the apple cinnamon fragrance. I'm really not big on apple cinnamon, but I really wanted to try this product, and I did find this at TJ Maxx, so I do really like the dispenser on here, but it was kind of hard to use the dropper at the end since it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. However, the cuticle oil itself was really nice, and I do think the bottle is adorable. I want to see if they have other fragrances of this. Another cuticle oil I really love is by Bygone Apothecary. That is a smaller indie brand, but they have amazing products, and I absolutely love their scent profiles. A lot of them are softer, sweeter type of fragrances, but they do have a couple more masculine fragrances as well. Just a really nice handmade brand. This is the Eleanor Roosevelt Nail and Cuticle Oil. This one has like a light florally fragrance. Another amazing fragrance I love from them is their Cleopatra stuff. So good. And that brings me to hand and cuticle creams. These are definitely a necessity to keep my hands and nails looking nice. So that brings me to hand and cuticle creams. This is the Sassy Sauce. This is just a sample, but this is the Sassy Sauce Caviar. This is the Radiant Soul fragrance. This is supposed to dupe the Rio Radiance by Sol de Janeiro, and the fragrance is spot on. I absolutely love it, and I have purchased the full-size cream in this. I absolutely love the formula, and I actually hauled a few of those on my channel. I will leave that video down in the description for you. Another good indie hand cream is the Sphere Moisturizing Cream. This is by K&I Beauty, and this is in the Cranberry Collins fragrance. While this one was a limited edition fragrance, they do have a ton on their site, and this was actually really nice. It had an unexpected chocolatey fragrance in the beginning, which did fade away upon dry down. It was something I had to get used to, but it did grow on me over time, even though I'm really not a chocolate fragrance girly. The chocolate fragrance, I'm assuming, does come from the cocoa that is in here. Cocoa butter is the second ingredient, so that may be where it comes from, but it does dry down, and eventually I did get a pure cranberry like spritz type of fragrance. The star of the show is definitely the packaging. I love a reusable packaging, and this is an airless pump, so for a brand to give me something that I can reuse over and over again and travel with, it is a 1 ounce travel approved bottle, so I just love stuff like that, and I can refill this with anything I'd like and bring it with me. The airless pump is also really nice for the environment because there's no aerosols or anything to propel. This is an airless pump. It is true to what it says, and it's a really cool product. I did try a Cream Shop hand cream. I did get suckered in by the Hello Kitty and Sanrio packagings. They have so many different hand creams, and I always see them when I go to TJ Maxx. So I ended up getting one. This one I think we ended up finding at Walmart, but this is the Cream Shop My Melody Watermelon Hand Cream. And I did get this when I was at my height of watermelon skincare products. When I was using all the Glow Recipe products, I wanted this to kind of go and complete my whole skincare routine. I really didn't love the consistency on this though. Honestly, it is more on the watery side of a water-based lotion, and it just wasn't my jam. I would much rather have a cream than a water-based lotion, but it was a nice fragrance, and I do really like the watermelon fragrance. But mostly I was suckered in by the packaging, and I still think it's really cute, but not going to repurchase any of these. I have seen ones that I'm pretty curious about due to the fragrance, but it's not worth the formula for me. I have a favorite, and that segues me into the Bath & Body Works hand creams. I do have quite a few of them, starting with Gingham Gorgeous. This is a fresh, fruity, juicy, yet floral type of fragrance. It's really beautiful, and I absolutely love these hand creams. They are my very favorite, and they're the one that I continue to repurchase over and over again. I just absolutely love that deep, rich shea butter formula. However, I did only use half of the product that I did last year when it comes to hand creams. Last year I was consistent, a hand cream a month. This year, not so much. But I did finish the Wild Sand, which is another Bath and Body Works' favorite fragrance. It does have a warm, deserty, almost floral, almost fruity, woodsy type of fragrance. It's very yummy. I love it. It's so distinct. This is a fragrance that they have now discontinued, and I'm totally missing it. I am still using it in other products, but of course, I love the hand cream. I used up the Champagne Toast, which is a sparkling champagne type of fragrance, but there is like a fruity, zesty, citrusy, yet still bubbly type of fragrance. It's really nice. It is one of their mainstay fragrances and is a lovely one for the new year. But yeah, I went ahead and used this one up in the hand cream. And I also finished the Vanilla Bean Noel. I heard that this one was a little bit different than the other Vanilla Bean Noel that had been released in the past, which I don't necessarily love, but this one definitely was the same. So I was kind of unimpressed, but that's okay. Bath and Body Works has so many fragrances that I love. This just doesn't happen to be one of them. And the last one was Iced Lemon Pound Cake, which is definitely a fragrance I adore from them. The hand cream was slightly different, but that's okay. I did finish this one up. I have my all-time favorite hand cream scent from Bath and Body Works, which is the Sugared Snickerdoodle. This is one that I stocked up on, but this was my second to last backup. I only have one left, and I treasure this fragrance. It is absolutely perfect, as it is the perfect cookie gourmand fragrance. Another thing I find really important for my nail health is base coats. So I do have a couple of those here. These were rather large and took me quite a bit of time to use up. I was pretty consistent on using these. I have the Hula Moon Nail Lacquers Nugget Nail Treatment. Now, this was a pretty purpley blue tone, not that it matters, but this was a treatment type of base coat, and I felt like this was very nice and protective, as well as I do feel like it did something for my nails in a nourishing way. So yeah, I did really like this. I don't know that they actually are currently selling this product, as I have looked into it before, but not super recently. This one actually was a gift with purchase on the Hella Handmade Creations site. This brand does gift product when you spend over a threshold sometimes. So yeah, that's where I got this one, and I did really enjoy it. I would definitely recommend the brand, and I just don't know if they're currently selling right now. This is from a smaller indie brand that is a Hawaii-based shop. The next one is the Rock Top Coat, which I actually use as a base coat, and Grandma has actually adopted that. She really likes this one as well. It does turn your nails into a rock solid force. I mean, this is like really cool. It's really good, and it's in an amber bottle. It's not necessarily UV reactive like a gel or anything, but it does get a little bit goopy. Like, it doesn't solidify, but you know what I'm saying. It needs the amber bottle, but it's really solid, and we both really love it. So I did finish my bottle. I do use mine as a top and a base coat, usually not in the same manicure, coincidentally enough, but it is a really good one. I will say I might have switched out the lid on this. I think it does usually come with a black cap and a more straight brush, but I did go ahead and switch out the brush on this. I really love this, and this is at Sally's, so that's where you find it, and it's in like a blue and orange container, but I do really like this, and I will probably repurchase. This is a 14 ml bottle, and it did take me quite a bit of time to use this up. I did finally get to try the Seche Vite top coat, and now I see what all the ranting and raving about. This is a solid top coat. It dries really nicely and really quickly, which is one of my favorite things in a top coat. I also look for one that's not going to dent right away. If it's going to dry quickly, I need it to also dry solid enough to not dent, and this one does it. I really enjoy this one, and this brand, I really like this as well. They offer a refillable bottle, so you can keep your original bottle, and I love brands that offer me reusable packaging. While I tend to reuse my empty bottles for polish mixing and other things, I know some people don't tend to keep their bottles, and I just think that offering a reusable option is a great option to have. I'll use it whenever I can get it, and getting it in the nail polish world is a really good thing. So I have been converted. I love me some Seche Vite. Now, everybody who's ever recommended it, I greatly appreciate you, and this is definitely a great one. Another one that I tried this year that has kind of a similar finish, that I also really like and would definitely repurchase is the Mineral Fusion Gel Top Coat. I did want to mention this is, again, not a UV reactive gel. This is not going to solidify. It is in a clear bottle, so that does indicate that, but it is that gel-like finish where it is non-dentable upon dry down. So yeah, I do really like this product. I've heard great things about the remover. They have a special nail polish remover. If you are a user of that, I'd love to hear about it more. Let me know down in the comments. Have you also tried the top coat? Because I also really love this. So I'd love to hear more about this magic remover, but I've also seen some really beautiful Mineral Fusion nail polishes coming up at the Dollar Tree. This I did find at TJ Maxx. Another one I've tried with a very similar finish is the Colorist Carol Ready in 5 High Shine Top Coat. This is a smaller independent brand again, and this one is another super favorite. I feel like this is very close, or if not a Seche Vite dupe. It is so perfect. So this is another one I would definitely repurchase. But again, I really love the refillable option on Seche Vite. A lot of the indie brands do offer the refills as well, but I just haven't looked into the Colorista Carol yet. Again, if that's something you are aware of, I'd love to hear about it down in the comments. If they do have a refillable, I would love that. But this is another 15 ml bottle, so yeah, these take a while to get through, and this one is the High Shine Top Coat, and it is a very thick, juicy top coat. I love it. Another one that I really love is the Fast and Hard Quick Dry Glossy Top Coat by Vibrant Scents. That is another small independent brand that I really have fallen for their top coat. I have repurchased since. They do have really amazing scent for their high shine quick dry top coats, and they definitely are high shine. They're not as thick as the last three that I mentioned. The Seche Vite and the Colorist Carol being the thickest, the Mineral Fusion more on the medium side. This is a much thinner texture, and it's a little bit more susceptible to dents, but not so bad for how quickly this one dries. And I gotta admit, I am a sucker for these scented top and base coats. This one was in the Cozy Flannel scent, and it smelled like kind of like a Bath and Body Works warm cozy type of fragrance. It was really yummy. It did have a cozy perfumey fragrance, and I believe this one was a limited edition either from Polish Pickup or Hella Handmade Creations. However, they have like 100+ scents or something. I don't know for sure how many, but it's a lot. So you're definitely sure to find one you like. This is a great top coat. It is also one of the bottles that I'm currently working on. I do have another fragrance from them that's kind of like a juicy, fruity, citrusy kind of fragrance, and that's the one that I'm currently using. Starting into the nail polishes I used up this year, this one is actually one that I used to make a visible nail line blurring base, which I promised to show you guys how to do this year. I've been talking about it and I need to do that. But this one was a unnamed OPI mini. You can find these at the Dollar Tree. I absolutely love finding them. I absolutely love using them. I don't love talking about them because they don't have names, and I like to be able to reference them. So if you like a color, you know what to look up. But yeah, it was a beigey nude. It felt like it would work for a kind of nude base. I do have another little OPI mini here. This one I do know the name for. This one is Mango For It, which is actually one of my all-time favorite orange polishes. It is super vibrant and bright, and it has these super small particle flaky type of shimmery essence in there. It is a really pretty iridescent like glass flake, but in the smallest flaky size, or even a large particle shimmer. It's just so gorgeous. I love it so much. And it has a little bit of a shift from like an aqua-y tealy color into a blue into a purpley pink at extreme angles in those micro particles. So it's just a little bit of something extra to an already gorgeously bright polish. I have a couple Dollar Tree mini polishes here. I have the Eye Glow minis, one in a blue polish that I wish I could replicate, and I have sought out polishes to dupe this. It was the most perfect blue. I didn't know it, and if I would have known it, I wouldn't have rushed to finish this up, but it was absolutely gorgeous, and I enjoyed every manicure I got out of it. The next one is a pearly pink, baby light pink polish, and I love polishes like this, but glad to get through one of them. This one I did use to franken the perfect little baby pink, and I just love these sweet, soft, delicate pinky shades. I did use up 4 of my Julep nail polishes. Does anybody else remember the Julep Maven boxes? These I wasn't really old enough to get myself at that time, so when I started my nail polish journey, I went buck wild buying secondhand juleps. I got my hands on a lot of them, and I quickly learned that I could pan these pretty quickly. So once I knew I could use them up quickly, it kind of gave me the urgency to want to do so. And I've been going through them and loving the process. So I did go through Juleps Tenea, which I do have a whole nother bottle for. It's kind of funny because I absolutely hated this polish on myself at the beginning. I hate to say it too, because now I learned to love it. After trying to pan something, you learn that you can really love something that you really don't like in the beginning if you learn how to use it. So that was an interesting thing for me. Collecting is also a very interesting thing. Over time, things that you maybe loved in the beginning, maybe you don't love anymore. And it can be a really fun process to learn to re-love something. It can be a fun process to learn to love something you never really liked. And you can learn how to broaden your horizons and learn a bit about yourself in really weird ways sometimes. So Julep Tenea is a fun one. I'm glad I have a backup bottle now to a polish that I dreaded having 2 bottles for in the beginning. This corally polish, which I don't know the name to, is another example of that. I didn't really love red, warm, orange, coral, any of those super hot tones. They just weren't my favorite for a long time, most of my life. And it is something that I've learned to appreciate the past year. So this was another polish in my self-discovery journey, honestly. Polish has just been such a fun hobby for me. Another great polish was Juleps Denver. This is another one I would seek out and repurchase again. It is just such a specific blue, and I have bought many a baby blue polishes trying to find this one. It is the perfect robin's egg blue. It's a little bit washed out. It kind of looks like a bleached neon. If baby blue could be a neon, it's just so perfect. So Juleps Denver is one that's mentally in my mind as a polish I would definitely repurchase again. I don't know that I will be able to find it though. Same with Juleps Kayla. This has been an absolute gem. I loved it from the get-go. I knew I would have fun panning this, and I would love to have another bottle of it. Honestly, it's just perfect as a polish. Another one with a great formula that just really, it looked very indie. It looked very out of its realm, and it was so good. This one had almost like a milky gray, charcoaly, purple toned base with a purple to pink shimmer. It was so beautiful for every manicure. I did finish up a small prototype bottle from Jen & Berries, another great small indie brand. This one I got a ton of awesome polishes and a ton of really cool, never before seen prototypes from Polish and Beauty Expo a while back, and I had so much fun playing with these. I still have not worn them all, and I just absolutely adore each and every one of them. They were part of the brand's growth process as a maker, and they just feel really cool to own. There are so many fun finishes, and this one was definitely a really pretty one that I enjoyed quite a bit. They do not have names as they are just prototypes, but they're definitely really beautiful, and I will actually leave that video down in the description for you in case you'd like to check those out. There's just such a variety of finishes in that video alone from one brand. So fun. But I did also finish an oldie but a goodie. This I believe was a Caprice polish. It might have been Catrice. I honestly don't remember anymore. The name has completely worn off, as well as the sticker that had the shade name, but it was the perfect 90s metallic sheen type of blue. This had a little bit of a golden to silver type of shimmer within this already metallic looking baby blue type of polish. So perfect. This was the color, and it still is just so pretty. But I do have others like it in my collection, so glad to use up another nail polish. And I must say, the same with the nail polishes as all the other categories. I just haven't used as many nail and hand care products up in 2024 as I did in 2023. This year I used up 28 hand and nail care products, whereas last year I used almost double, maybe even double. It was 50 plus. If you'd like to see last year's empties, I will link that down in the description in case you're interested. But that kind of wraps it up for this one, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.